and make money and take care of my family. I could just be with one woman. You're still gonna be under the curses, man. You know? That's why he's in that mindset. He thought, you know, what the scripture says about when a man says, I'm in good place. You know, I have need of nothing. You know? Basically, that's what curse fell upon him. He got weak, he got feeble-minded, he got feeble-hearted, and he didn't have that fire that was required to be out there doing the work, or be an evangelist, or to do the will of the YAHAWASHI. Because when you get a woman, you care about the things of the world. The scriptures tell you not to be around many women. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes away from your spirit, man. You know? Just like, that's why they got gyms. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got gyms. That's why home workouts don't work. Because once you go into, the people that go to the gym work out more, because once you go into that environment, then you're going to naturally be encouraged to do those things. So if you're constantly doing things for truth's sake, you're being on the highways, you're doing the transits, you're doing sit downs, you meditating, you're doing Sabbath service, that's the more your spirit increases. You know, but the less that you do, it's gonna be harder to tap into that hot zone, man. You know, the more videos you watch for edification's sake and learning's sake, man, it's the more you're gonna want knowledge. But the more that you feed the flesh, that's gonna be easy to abuse.
Hey, it's crazy you said the hot zone, because chemistry, if you go back to it, means, you know, hot, to make hot. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be harder to flow. You know what I'm saying? It's like things gonna be forced in. You know, like when you got chemistry within a basketball team or a football team or something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you like what you say, man? They hot. You know what I'm saying? They hot. They in the zone basically, man. They looked every aspect and handled business basically.
So, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 11, it says, therefore, whether it were I or they, so we preach, and so ye believe. Now if Hamashiach be preached that he rose from the dead, how say some among you that there is no resurrection of the dead? But if there be no resurrection of the dead, then is Hamashiach not risen. And if Hamashiach is not risen, then is our preaching vain, and our faith is also vain.
Yeah, because if you believe that there is no, if your foundation is there is no resurrection, you automatically take yourself out from believing in the Lord, man. Because it goes back to that reputation, goes back to that name, all right? Once you hear in this world Jesus Christ, you automatically think about the person who died and rose, man, in 3 days. All right? When you hear, or you know, in our sense, and you hear about Yahawashi, you don't automatically think about Joshua. You don't think about the grandson of Sirach, all right, and you know, who wrote Ecclesiastes. You think about Yahawashi Hamashiach, man. You think about that reputation that comes with that name, okay? If I say MJ, it's two people you automatically think of. Depending on the context is which one you're gonna think of, man. You see MJ, nigga dumped on it, like you're not thinking about the king of pop, dog. You know? You talking about music, then you talking about Michael Jackson. So no, you good. That's my, so if you don't believe in resurrection, you can't believe on that reputation that comes with that name, man. And that's what's a stumbling block to a lot of people. They try to, that's why you you gotta just eat the veggies raw, man. You wanna cook them and saute them and put a lot of seasoning on them, dip them in ranch and all of that. Then you eat the veggies raw, man. That's how you get all the nutrition out of it, okay? Once you go to dip it in the ranch, it's fattening now. All right, it's tainted, you know. It takes away from it's unpure. That's what I want. It's now unpure, basically. Okay, yeah, it tastes better, but it's unpure, meaning it's not whole, it's not sound. That's how this truth is. You try to mix it with your emotions. You try to mix it with what goes on in America. You try to mix it with other people's emotions as far as being men pleasers. All right? Hey, the truth is what it is. You just dish it out, man. Yeah, yo, let me get one of them steak burgers. Like, all we got is veggies. Veggies? Like, veggies. Yeah, we got some broccoli, got cucumber, we got avocado. Well, that's fruits and veggies. We do fruits and veggies. You know what I'm saying? Man, what is an avocado? That's how people are. What is an avocado? I don't eat no avocado. That's nasty. That's how they is with the truth. They won't even really give it a chance, but because it's not what they're used to eating, it's automatically nasty, man. And therefore, that's their stumbling block. Well, my dad raised me, it wasn't no resurrection. So that's all you gonna eat. There's no resurrection, huh? But then you try to claim you love the Lord or believe in him, but that's part of his reputation, man. That's part of his record. That's part of what he is him dying and rising, man. Is him being resurrected. But people like to cherry pick, try to pick out what they like and roll with it. You gotta roll with eat the whole roll, man. Go ahead.
It says, yea, and we are found false witnesses of the Most High, because we have testified of the Most High that he raised up Hamashiach, whom he raised not up, and so be that the dead rise not.
Yeah, so it basically will make them false prophets, false witnesses, okay? Just because he didn't reveal himself to the whole world, all right, when he came back, when he was resurrected, doesn't mean it's not true, okay? It doesn't mean that. Can we get John? I always get 14, 15, but about the compass.
St. John chapter 7, verse 38 says, he that believeth on me, as the scripture have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Yeah, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water, man. Meaning they're not stagnant. They're going to move. They're going to be occupied. All right? Because if you try to bring in your own, you're basically setting up spiritual dams, so to speak, till you're going to stop the water. All right? You're trying to shape the lake how you want to shape the lake. You got to take the scriptures how they come, man. All right? You can't, I love the Lord, but I'm going to love him my way. Or my God don't do that. No, there's one God. Ephesians the 5th chapter tell you that, man. There's one God, there's one hope, there's one faith, there's one doctrine. All of that. People try to bring in what they want. Hey, let's everybody bring in, let's make a Captain Planet doctrine. You bring this, this ain't no potluck, man. The Lord don't need no potluck. What he's serving is what he's serving. You either invited to the dinner or you not.
That rivers of living water, living water is the truth. You know what I'm saying? But that living water is in the spirit quickening, which means to make alive. The word of the Most High, YAHAWASHI, make you alive. And it's going to flow, which is not going to be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? But you got to believe on them, as the scripture has said. It means you're going to grow. You're going to learn new things. You're going to progress. You're not going to be the same person you was 10 years ago today. with the same amount of knowledge, the same amount of discipline. That's the same thing when you read about the men with the talents. You're not going to come with this guy with one talent, then 10 years later he got the same one talent, bringing out the same one scripture, 5 scriptures, bringing out the same message. Ain't nothing wrong with bringing out the same message over and over, but you're supposed to progress in bringing out this message, man. You know, you're supposed to grow in this thing. You know, so out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. Means you're going to grow. You're going to learn about history. You're going to learn about definitions. You're going to learn about Hebrew. You're going to get into the Greek. You know, you're going to flow. You ain't going to have that same old hot line that you've been using since you know, the 80s, basically. You know?
In St. John chapter 14, verse 15, if ye love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever.
Yeah, that he may abide with. What else could do that, man? The Spirit. Okay? That's what that comforter is. Go ahead.
Even the Spirit of truth.
Even the Spirit of truth. Coincide with the living waters. Coincide with being quickened, made alive, man. All right? That's what's going to be your comforter. Okay? The Spirit of truth. All right? Go ahead.
It says, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive.
Whom the world cannot receive. Same as when he was resurrected, he didn't reveal himself to everybody, man. He didn't come back. He wasn't resurrected to prove a point to the unbelievers. He was resurrected to be prove a point to the believers, man. The ones that believed on him before it even happened. Yeah, it's easy to believe. Oh, he really was resurrected. I believe now. What is faith? Is the evidence of the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, man. So they had faith that he would be resurrected. All right. Just like when he's telling them this, they had faith that he. Go ahead.
Really, the resurrection is really more than just the faith in it. It's the process of YAHAWASHI of being a lamb, because he had to be sacrificed in order to redeem, in order to buy us back. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about it. Thomas didn't believe. You know what I'm saying? But once Thomas seen, he believed once he seen. So if it was off the premises of having faith in his resurrection to be accepted, then Thomas would be a 2/3 basically. You know what I'm saying? Thomas believed. He's like, you know, I don't believe you. I don't believe he came back. You know, and even the followers were in disarray when YAHAWASHI got crucified. You know, so but what he told Thomas, he said, "Blessed those who have not seen and believe." You know what I'm saying? Who believe in the resurrection. So the resurrection. At this point, you can't sit there and not believe in a resurrection. Before then, resurrection was hard for them. You know what I'm saying? Some of them believed in it, some of them didn't. The Pharisees and the Sadducees had their differences. But at the end of the day, at this point, you know what I'm saying, there's many accounts. And at this point, the doctrine in the Bible is more faith-based than it is what you see. You know what I'm saying? You gotta read these stories and believe that YAHAWASHI came back. You know? And like that's what he said. Blessed are they who have not seen and have believed. You know, it's actually a blessing. The Lord gave you a gift. You know? It's because just the fact that Peter knew who YAHAWASHI was, you know what I'm saying? That was faith-based. Because you gotta think about it, YAHAWASHI dealt with all the disciples, but the only person that could spiritually decipher who he really was and accepted was Peter. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of them, well, what did they think? You know? They probably was like, you know, I gotta see this guy, I believe him. I believe him to be the prophet. And then they still had, it's like they had to be won over. But Peter was all in. He understood what the program was. There's certain of us that are here and we're doing our job because the Spirit give us notion to. But there's people here that are doing the work that understand exactly the point of their calling. You know what I'm saying? Some of us still finding ourselves, some of us still growing and learning. And some of them know, and you can tell those like the elder brothers, like they know, they understand the importance of being on the highways. You understand the importance of reading. You don't just do it. You know, certain brothers that believe in one aspect, you know, so-called white man's the devil, and that'll get you into the truth, and you're just reading and you're obtaining knowledge and you're growing, but it's not in a righteous fashion. But you got people that know that they're going into the history of the Khazars and the Caucasus Island, the Caucasus Mountains, and Greece and Rome, and learning about tendencies of Esau, because you understand of what's going on, man. Same thing with being in the truth, of understanding why we're here, understanding that when we out here prophesying, you know, like when I first started prophesying and nobody stopping and shit like that, it's like, you're like, damn, because I came out here to preach the gospel to the people, but the people aren't gathering, right? So it's like, oh shit, man, what the fuck am I out here for? You know, but once you get so deep into this and you keep driving, you understand, like, look, we're out here to be a witness. You know what I'm saying? We're out here so when the Lord, because at the end of the day, the Lord's judgment will come to pass. So we're out here so when everybody say, oh, I didn't know. It's impossible. We're on every corner, damn near. We're on YouTube. We're on, the truth had to be spread across the 4 parts of earth. What did YAHAWASHI do when he hit? It was fulfilled.